months had passed since the worlds of sky and sand, Aurelus Vaya, and at the heart of it all, Lumina, had become linked together beneath a single purpose. The scars of war had not vanished, but they no longer defined the future. Under Soraya's guidance, the four worlds prospered. Trade flowed freely through newly opened portals. Knowledge was shared between scholars once separated by impossible distances. Upon Vaya, forests slowly reclaimed blackened stone, while cities long abandoned echoed once more with the sounds of life. Markets flourished with the sounds of trade. Cassian devoted himself to rebuilding the world he had once believed beyond saving. Yet behind every smile, the voice remained, growing louder, patient, watching. Ky-Nair refused the comfort of peace. While others rebuilt kingdoms, he searched the forgotten paths between them. Alongside the Keeper, he uncovered secrets left behind by the gate builders themselves, each discovery revealing a truth more ancient than the last. And Soraya, the last ember. Upon Lumina, she found a peace she had never known. It was as though the ancient light itself had been waiting for her. Her command of the portals had grown beyond anything the first ember had ever achieved. Each journey strengthened her connection to the ancient power that flowed through the silent gates, though she could not yet understand why. She could feel something calling to her, far beyond the stars. On a barren moon untouched by time, Inferno had not been idle. One by one, then hundreds by hundreds, he opened portals across the universe, not to invade, not to conquer, but to wait. A silent web stretched between worlds, unseen, unnoticed. And with every new doorway, the end drew closer. For even in an age of peace, darkness does not sleep. It waits for the perfect moment to awaken. On the barren moon that circled the dying gas giant, Inferno stood alone. His true form had finally awakened. No trace of the chosen remained. His body had become living darkness, crowned with black fire, his eyes burning like collapsing stars. One by one, portals began to appear. Not dozens, spread across the lifeless moon in every direction. Each one perfectly placed, each one linked to the next, until an unimaginable network stretched across the surface. Inferno was not building an army. He was building a weapon. Every portal resonated with the others, their ancient energies merging into a single, unstoppable force. Soon, he would release that force into the portal network itself. A single catastrophic shockwave. As it raced through every connected portal, its power would grow, amplified again and again by each gateway it passed. Its destination was Vaya. Hidden for eons stood the Black Gate, the final silent gate ever forged by the creators. If the shockwave reached it, it would not stop there. It would pass straight through. Beyond that lay the great prison gate, the colossal prison door that had sealed away the darkness since the dawn of creation. The impact would be enough to crack it. Only once. Only a fracture. But a fracture was all the darkness required. Far beyond that ancient barrier, upon the forgotten origin world, an endless ocean of living shadow had begun to move. Not as scattered creatures, not as an invading army, but as a single, unimaginable tide, like a black tsunami stretching from horizon to horizon. It surged towards the great Black Gate, knowing its prison was moments from breaking. Inferno did not need to open the prison himself. He needed only to strike the gate. The darkness would do the rest. Guided by the ancient sundial of Sharlai, Soraya and Cassian returned to Lumina with more questions than answers. Something had changed. Though no enemy could be seen, the very fabric of creation felt unsettled. A faint disturbance echoed through the portals, as though an unseen hand had begun to reshape the universe itself. Neither of them knew its cause. As they searched for answers, the sky portal stirred once more. From its golden light emerged two travelers, the Avalonian monk, and beside him, a stranger unlike any either chosen had ever encountered. Ancient, silent, watching. The keeper had finally arrived. After months of pursuing Soraya and Cassian across worlds, Ky-Nair had caught up at last. But he had not come alone, nor had he come bearing good news. The time for searching was over. At last, the four would stand together, and with them came the truth of the silent gate network, the damaged Black Gate on Vaya, and the terrible prison that lay beyond it. The final chapter had begun. The golden light of the sky portal faded into the gentle breeze of Lumina. Soraya and Cassian turned as two figures emerged from its glow. The first brought an immediate smile to Soraya's face. Ky-Nair. The Avalonian monk smiled warmly as he approached. "It is good to see you both again." Cassian clasped the monk's forearm. "We've been wondering where you disappeared to." "I could say the same about you," Ky-Nair replied with a quiet laugh. His smile then softened as he stepped aside. "I believe there is someone you should meet." The second traveler walked forward with calm, measured steps. Tall and slender, his silver eyes seemed to carry the weight of forgotten ages. Resting effortlessly in one hand was a bow staff unlike any weapon either Chosen had ever seen, its liquid metal surface flowing gently beneath the sunlight. The stranger inclined his head respectfully. "I am known only as the Keeper." Soraya returned the gesture. "The Keeper? For longer than memory." Ky-Nair answered. "He has walked the silent gate network. There is no one alive who knows more of its secrets." The Keeper's expression remained calm. "I wish our meeting could have been under happier circumstances." His gaze drifted beyond them, towards the endless skies of Lumina. "But I fear time is no longer our ally." Far beyond the sight of every world, Inferno stood alone. Around him, portals shimmered like burning stars suspended within the endless void. One by one, they began to move, slowly at first. Then, with absolute precision, they twisted, they rotated, they drifted through the fabric of creation until every portal he had opened, and every portal opened by the last ember, stood in perfect alignment. World after world, gate after gate, a single pathway stretched across the universe, no longer a means of travel, but a weapon. Like the lenses of an unimaginably vast machine, each portal gathered and focused unimaginable power, passing it from one world to the next, all of it directed towards a single destination. The Black Gate, on fire, Inferno slowly raised his hand. The final portal rotated into place. His weapon was ready. The Keeper talked about the prison planet. His explanation stopped mid-sentence. Behind the four companions, the sky portal shimmered quietly in the afternoon light. Another opened in front of them. Then, it changed. The familiar curtain of golden light began to deepen. Its endless ripples suddenly became perfectly still. Soraya frowned. Keeper? He continued speaking, unaware. Her eyes narrowed. She slowly leaned to one side, looking past him into the portal itself. The shimmering surface was gone. Instead, the impossible stretched beyond it. Portal. Beyond portal. Beyond portal. An endless corridor of perfectly aligned gateways disappearing into infinity. Each one framed inside the next. Each one impossibly distant. At the very end, barely visible, a colossal black arch stood upon the world of fire. The black gate. Soraya's eyes widened. Keeper. He turned. The ancient traveler's composure vanished. No. His voice was barely a whisper. Then it became a shout. Cassian! Close the portal! Cassian thrust out his hand. His fingers moved to click. Agony exploded through his mind. He cried out, collapsing to his knees as an unseen force tore through his thoughts. Blood streamed from his nose, staining the grass beneath him. The voice had found him again. Without hesitation, Soraya slammed her hands together. The portal collapsed with a deafening crack. The endless corridor vanished. Silence returned to Lumina. Cassian remained on one knee, breathing heavily. The Keeper stared at the empty space where the portal had stood. He's aligning them. Far away, upon the barren moon, Inferno watched his masterpiece disappear. For a heartbeat, he said nothing. Then his roar echoed across the lifeless landscape, shaking the ancient rock beneath his feet. The silence lingered. Cassian slowly wiped the blood from beneath his nose, his breathing still unsteady. Soraya knelt beside him. You don't have to keep doing this. He managed a faint smile. I'll be all right. The Keeper stepped forward, his eyes fixed upon the place where the portal had vanished. No, he will try again. Soraya rose to her feet. Then please tell us where Inferno is. The Keeper was silent for a moment. Then, without a word, he removed the liquid metal bow staff from his back and held it out before her. Take it. Soraya hesitated. I can't. You must. She accepted the staff carefully. Though impossibly light, it hummed with an ancient energy unlike anything she had ever felt. The Keeper met her gaze. It remembers. She frowned. Remembers what? The gates. A quiet silence followed. Reach out, he said calmly. Let it guide you. Soraya glanced back at Cassian. He nodded reassuringly. Go. Reluctantly, she closed her eyes. Her fingers tightened around the Keeper's staff. Consciousness drifted beyond Lumina, past distant suns, past silent worlds. She searched for the presence they had come to fear, Inferno. Nothing. Only an endless sea of stars. Then, she felt something else. Closer. Much closer. Ancient. Powerful. Waiting. Her eyes opened suddenly. No. What is it? Ky-Nair asked. Soraya looked down at the ground beneath her feet. It isn't out there. She slowly raised the keeper's staff towards a quiet meadow beyond the river. It's here. The four hurried across the open grass until Soraya finally stopped. Beneath them, hidden beneath countless ages of earth, stone, and living roots, she could feel it. Not a portal, not a silent gate. Something far older, something colossal, buried beneath the heart of Lumina itself. Inferno stood alone upon the barren moon. The collapse of the portal alignment echoed through the void. His carefully crafted design broken in an instant. His fists clenched. The silence became absolute. Even the stars seemed to hold their breath. Then, something stirred. Not around him, within him. A presence older than worlds, older than the gates, older than light itself. It spoke, not with anger, not with hatred, simply with purpose. Kill her. Inferno slowly lowered his head. A cold smile spread across his face. As you command. With a flick of his wrist, another portal blossomed before him. This time, he would go himself. Cassian remained pale. Though the pain had faded, its mark lingered behind his eyes. Soraya rested a reassuring hand upon his shoulder. You need to leave. He looked at her in surprise. What? Go to Vire. He shook his head. I can't leave you. You won't be leaving me. She smiled gently. You'll be going home. Cassian hesitated. I've always believed Vire could heal. You helped rebuild it. You gave your planet hope again. She squeezed his arm. Perhaps now, it can give something back. For the first time in many days, Cassian smiled. Without another word, Soraya opened a golden portal. He paused before stepping through. Don't do anything reckless. Ky-Nair laughed quietly. That advice would suit all of us. Cassian disappeared into the light. The portal closed behind him. Silence returned. Soraya turned towards the quiet meadow. It's here. The keepers stepped beside her, studying the untouched earth beneath their feet. I have traveled the Silent Gate network for longer than I can remember. Yet, I have never found this place. Ky-Nair looked at him. What do you think it is? The keeper's silver eyes remained fixed upon the ground. If the legends are true, this may not simply be another gate. It may be the first. The words hung in the air. Soraya reached out. Golden light spread from her fingertips into the earth below. The ground trembled. Ancient stone groaned beneath unimaginable weight. Trees swayed. The meadow slowly split apart. Something colossal began to rise, covered in the scars of countless ages, hidden beneath the world since before memory. An enormous gate emerged from Lumina itself. Unlike every silent gate they had ever seen, its surface carried no markings, no symbols, no carvings, only perfect, flawless stone. The keeper whispered in awe. The prime gate. Before another word could be spoken, the ancient arch awakened, its center filled with brilliant white light. Soraya stared into its impossible depths. She took one step forward, then another. Soraya, Ky-Nair called. She didn't answer, as though drawn by a force beyond understanding. She crossed the threshold and vanished, far above Lumina. A second portal tore open across the sky. Inferno had arrived. The air above Lumina tore apart. A portal of burning crimson opened high above the meadow. Inferno stepped through. His boots touched the ancient grass with quiet certainty as the portal faded behind him. Waiting for him stood two figures. The Avalonian monk slowly drew the sword of the fallen star. Beside him, the keeper rested his liquid metal bow staff lightly upon the ground. Inferno's cold gaze passed over them without concern. He looked beyond them, searching. His voice was calm. Where is she? Neither warrior answered. His eyes narrowed. The last ember. Ky-Nair took a single step forward. You'll never reach her. For the first time, Inferno looked directly at the monk. A faint smile crossed his face. Then you no longer serve a purpose. Without another word, he struck. The meadow erupted into motion. Steel met impossible power as Ky-Nair's sword flashed through the air. Beside him, the keeper moved with astonishing speed, his bow staff flowing like liquid silver. As the two warriors fought as one. For several moments, Inferno found himself driven backwards beneath their relentless assault. He smiled, impressive. With a sweep of his arm, he leapt clear of the battle. I have no time for this. He raised both hands towards the heavens. A second portal exploded open above Lumina. It was enormous, dark, endless. From its depths came a sound neither warrior had hoped to hear again. A thunder of claws, a chorus of savage roars. Then they came. Thousands upon thousands of war pigs poured through the portal, crashing onto the fields of Lumina in an unstoppable tide. Far away on fire, Cassian stopped in his tracks. He looked skyward. Through the distant portal, he saw them. His face drained of color. War pigs. Without hesitation, he opened a portal. Not to Lumina, to Auralis. The moon gods had to be warned. The skies above Auralis erupted with golden light. Cassian strode from the portal, his voice carrying across the great training grounds. Moon gods! Hundreds of warriors turned. There is no time to explain. He pointed towards the still open portal. Lumina is under attack. No questions were asked. Within moments, ranks of silver-armored moon gods marched through the gateway, their polished shields catching the light as they crossed into another world. Cassian was the last to step through. The moment his boots touched the grass of Lumina, the battle was already raging. War pigs flooded across the meadows like a living tide. The Keeper's bow staff flashed through the air. Ky-Nair's blade shone blue as it cut through the charging beasts. Then came the command, Moon Guards! The warriors surged forward as one. Steel met claw, shield met fury. The peaceful fields of Lumina became a battlefield. For the first time since Inferno's arrival, the line held, but only just. The moon gods crashed into the advancing war pigs with disciplined precision. Steel ran across the meadows of Lumina as shields locked together and spears drove into the charging beasts. Still they came, wave after wave, without end. At the center of the battle, Ky-Nair fought with relentless determination. The sword of the falling star carved arcs of brilliant blue through the chaos, each strike sending another war pig crashing to the ground. Beside him, the Keeper moved with impossible grace. His liquid metal bow staff became a blur. One war pig charged. The staff whipped forward, its skull shattered instantly. Before the creature had struck the ground, the Keeper spun effortlessly, sweeping the legs from a second before driving the staff clean through its chest. A third lunged from behind. Ky-Nair's blade flashed. The beast fell. Neither warrior spoke. Each instinctively covered the other's back as war pigs surrounded them from every direction. For every beast that fell, 3 more took its place. Across the battlefield, Cassian fought alongside the moon gods, driving back the relentless tide, yet even he could see the truth. They were not winning. far above the carnage. Inferno watched. The battle no longer interested him. His purpose lay elsewhere. He stepped calmly into the exact center of the invisible alignment, stretching across creation. Portal. Beyond portal. Beyond portal. The unimaginable pathway was complete once more. Inferno slowly raised both hands. A final gateway blossomed before him. Not towards Lumina, but towards the black gate of fire. A cold smile crossed his face. The universe will remember this. He thrust both hands forwards. A blinding pulse of unimaginable energy exploded into the portal array, racing from world to world through the perfectly aligned gateways. Its destination, the Black Gate. Across the battlefield, every open portal suddenly came alive. Their familiar golden glow blazed into brilliant white. For the briefest of moments, the universe held its breath. Then, the pulse was unleashed. It raced through the aligned gateways with unimaginable speed, a blinding torrent of energy passing from one world to the next. It crazed the deserts of sky and sand. It blazed across the skies of Aurelis. It thundered through the ancient valleys of Sharlai. It illuminated the forests of Bina. It surged across the plains of Grid. And finally, it reached the scarred world of Vaya. The Black Gate stood waiting. The pulse struck with the force of a dying star. The colossal gateway shuddered violently. Cracks burst across its ancient surface. Then, far beneath it, the prison gate fractured. A roar unlike any sound ever heard echoed through creation. Not the cry of a beast, not the collapse of stone, but the voice of something imprisoned since the dawn of time. The hall of pillars trembled. Ancient columns collapsed into the endless abyss as the first ocean of living darkness burst through the fractured prison gate and spilled into the silent gate network. The impossible had happened. The prison had been breached. On Lumina, the battle paused for the briefest heartbeat. Even the war pig sensed it. Then, from one of the portals Inferno had already opened, something enormous began to emerge. A colossal stone hand gripped the edge of the gateway. Another followed, one after another. Towering stone ogres hauled themselves onto Lumina, the crystals embedded within their chests glowing beneath skin of living rock. For a moment, they simply stood, sniffing the air. A nearby moon god barely had time to raise his shield before one ogre seized him whole, lifted him screaming into its jaws, and swallowed him in a single crushing bite. Another turned. A charging war pig met the same fate. Then another. Within seconds, the monster scattered across the battlefield. Moon guards, war pigs, anything unfortunate enough to cross their path became prey. The stoned ogres cared nothing for kingdoms,
Nothing,
for darkness,
nothing.
for light. They had not come to fight. They had come to feed. And Lumina had become their hunting ground. Inside the Prime Gate, there was no sky, no ground, no horizon, only light. Soraya stood alone within an endless white expanse, the silence so complete it seemed to exist before sound itself. For the first time in her life, she could not feel the worlds. She could not feel the portals. She could not feel Cassian. Only the gate. Then, the light moved, not as a body, not as a face, but as a presence, vast, ancient, patient. 1,000 voices spoke as one. Last Ember. Soraya turned slowly. Who are you? The answer came softly, yet seemed to pass through every part of her. We are what remains. Images began to form around her. Worlds, stars, gateways. A universe young and burning with possibility. We were the first to walk between worlds. Soraya watched as colossal gates rose across creation, each one shining with impossible power. The gate builders. Yes, the vision changed. The light dimmed. Beyond the first world, something waited. A darkness without shape, without mercy, without end. Soraya felt its hunger and stepped back. The voices continued. We found it before it found you. She watched the ancient ones build the prison, the black gate, the silent network, the hall of pillars, all created for one purpose: to keep the darkness away from creation. Soraya whispered, but the prison is damaged. Yes. A terrible vision opened before her. Fire, the black gate, the pulse racing towards it, the prison gate cracking beneath the force. Soraya's eyes filled with horror. No. It has begun. She looked back towards the endless light. How do I stop it? For the first time, the voices were silent. Then they answered. You cannot save the gates. Soraya shook her head. There has to be another way. There is only one way. Around her, the entire silent gate network appeared, stretching across creation like veins of ancient light. Then, at its center, she saw it. A vast singularity, a black sun, waiting, hungry, powerful enough to consume even the darkness itself. The voices spoke one final truth. The network must end. Soraya stared into the vision, the silent gates, the hall of pillars, the ancient machines, all of it, gone forever. And if I do this, the darkness will be dragged back into infinity. She understood. The gates had never been the future. They had been a cage. And now, the cage had to collapse. The white light gathered around her. It burned through her hands, her heart, her soul, not destroying her, awakening her. Sathan was the first flame. You were the last ember. The light blazed brighter. Now become what creation needs. Soraya closed her eyes, and the Prime Gate answered. The prison gate had failed. Beyond the shattered seal, the ocean of living darkness surged forward with unimaginable fury. Like a living tide, it flooded into the vast hall of pillars. One by one, the colossal pillars fell, each ancient column a silent monument to the countless worlds joined by the silent gate network, shattered beneath the relentless advance. Stone that had endured since the dawn of creation crumbled into the abyss. The darkness did not slow. It did not hesitate. It simply consumed. The great machines of the gate builders strained against the impossible force, their ancient mechanisms blazing with desperate light as they fought to preserve the failing prison. One by one, they too began to fail. The living tide poured through the great gateway at the end of the hall and burst into the sky glass world. Its vast crystal plains overlooked the prison it had guarded for untold ages. But now that breathtaking realm became the next victim. Mountains of shimmering glass splintered. Towering crystal spires collapsed into glittering dust. The once pristine landscape blackened beneath the endless flood of living shadow. Still it came, unstoppable, hungering. Beyond the sky glass world lay the ancient corridor itself. The final passage of the silent gate network. For the first time since the beginning of creation, the darkness entered the corridor, and with it, the end had begun. The battle for Lumina descended into chaos. War pigs crashed relentlessly against the moon guards, their sheer numbers beginning to overwhelm even the disciplined defenders. The line faltered, shield by shield, step by step. The defenders were driven backwards. Across the meadow, another stone ogre emerged from the still open portal. Its thunderous footsteps shook the earth as it tore through everything in its path. A moon guard disappeared beneath its crushing fist. A charging war pig met the same fate moments later. The creature cared nothing for either army. It fed upon whatever crossed its path. Cassian looked towards the open gateway. If that portal stays open. He raised his hand. Golden energy gathered around his fingertips. Close. Before he could finish, agony ripped through his mind. He cried out, collapsing to one knee as the voice struck with merciless force. Blood streamed from his nose. His vision blurred. The portal remained open. No! He gasped. Nearby, Ky-Nair saw the towering stone ogre turn towards a group of fallen moon guards. Keeper! Without a word, the ancient guardian understood. Ky-Nair charged first, drawing the monster's attention as the sword of the falling star flashed against its stone hide. The ogre roared and swung the colossal arm. The monk rolled beneath the crushing blow. At that precise moment, the keeper moved. His liquid metal bow staff whipped through the air with impossible speed, striking the crystal embedded within the creature's chest. A sharp crack echoed across the battlefield. The crystal fractured. No! The keeper shouted. Ky-Nair leapt. His blade burned brilliant blue as it drove clean through the shattered crystal. The stone ogre froze. Great cracks spread throughout its body. Then, with a deafening crash, the giant collapsed into countless lifeless fragments. Neither warrior paused. They turned immediately to face the next wave. High above the battlefield, Inferno watched in silence. The stone ogres had become an inconvenience. But the war pigs were still winning. The moon god's line was breaking. Another charge, another retreat. Lumina was beginning to fall. Then, everything changed. A brilliant white light erupted from the prime gate. It blazed brighter than the sun itself. Every warrior stopped. War pig, moon guard, stone ogre, even Inferno slowly turned. A figure stepped from the impossible light. Her eyes burned like newborn stars. White fire danced around her, as though creation itself had awakened within her. The Eternal Ember had arrived. The Eternal Ember raised a single hand. White light gathered around her fingertips. A towering stone ogre turned, its crystal chest blazing as it charged across the battlefield. Soraya did not move. A single flash erupted from her outstretched hand. The light engulfed the giant. There was no explosion, no roar, only silence. As the brilliance faded, nothing remained but a drifting mound of fine gray sand, carried gently upon the breeze. For the first time, Inferno hesitated, his eyes fixed upon Soraya. So, the Prime Gate has chosen. Another deafening roar echoed across Lumina. More war pigs surged through the open portal, pouring onto the battlefield in seemingly endless numbers. The moon guards tightened their ranks, yet every beast they felled was replaced by two more. Cassian looked desperately towards the portal leading to the stone ogres' world. If I can close it. He reached out once more. Golden energy formed around his hand. Then, the voice returned. Its agony tore through his mind with even greater fury than before. Cassian screamed, collapsing heavily to the ground as blood streamed freely from his nose. The portal remained open. Stone ogres continued to emerge. Ky-Nair and the Keeper fought back to back, their movements perfectly matched. The sword of the fallen star blazed blue through the chaos, while the Keeper's liquid metal bow staff flowed like living silver, striking with impossible speed. Even together, it was not enough. The Eternal Ember turned. Her gaze settled upon Ky-Nair. Go. With a sweep of her hand, a brilliant white portal blossomed before the monk. Beyond it lay sky and sand. Far in the distance, Hidden within the ancient mountains stood the forgotten armory of the gate builders. Raise the Avalonian order, she commanded. Arm every monk. Ky-Nair nodded once, without hesitation. He sprinted through the portal. The gateway closed behind him. A sudden stillness fell across the battlefield. Inferno stepped forward. White fire danced around Soraya. Darkness gathered around Inferno. Neither spoke. They simply looked into one another's eyes. Then, the two chosen charged. Ky-Nair emerged beneath the towering mountains of sky and sand. The monastery bells rang across the ancient valley. From every temple, every courtyard, and every stone pathway, the Avalonian order answered the call. Within moments, hundreds of monks stood before him in silent ranks. At their head stood the Geshe Roshi, the revered leader of the Avalonian order. He studied Ky-Nair for only a moment before quietly asking, "Has the time finally come?" Ky-Nair met his gaze and nodded. "It has." Without another word, the Geshe Roshi turned to his brothers. "Prepare yourselves." Ky-Nair led the order towards the waiting portal. Beyond it lay a place known only to legend, the forgotten armory of the creators. Ancient doors, sealed since the earliest age of creation, slowly opened before them. Inside, row upon row of weapons rested untouched by time, not forged by the hands of kings, but by the first builders of the silent gates themselves. The monks moved swiftly. Each took up a gleaming shield of impossibly light metal, helmets adorned with ancient markings long forgotten by history. Crystal-tipped spears that shimmered with quiet energy, meteor-forged swords whose edges had never dulled. Powerful slings crafted to hurl polished spheres of concentrated crystal with astonishing force. Heavy war hammers, elegant longbows, curved blades, and weapons whose purpose had been forgotten by every civilization that followed. One by one, the Avalonian order armed themselves, not as conquerors, not as soldiers seeking glory, but as guardians. For the first time in countless generations, the monks of sky and sand stood fully armed, bearing weapons from an age the worlds had long since forgotten. Ky-Nair stepped to the front of the order. He positioned the sword of the fallen star in Kokosumi no Kame. Its blade held low and forward in a calm, unwavering guard. Beside him, the Geshe Roshi raised his ancient spear. Brothers. Ky-Nair's voice echoed through the vast armory. Today, we defend creation. In silent unity, the Avalonian order turned towards the waiting portal and marched into war. The battlefield erupted at its center. Two impossible powers collided. Inferno drove forward beneath a storm of living darkness. The Eternal Ember answered with blinding white fire. Neither yielded. The shockwaves rode across Lumina, flattening trees and hurling war pigs from their feet as light and shadow fought for dominion. Nearby, the Keeper raised his liquid metal bow staff. Moon gods! With renewed determination, the silver-armored warriors answered his call. The Keeper charged first. His staff became a blur of flowing metal, breaking bones and crushing armor as the moon guards surged behind him, driving deep into the heart of the war pig horde. Then, the sky portal opened. A great roar echoed across Lumina, not a fear of purpose. The Avalonian order had arrived. Hundreds of monks poured through the gateway in perfect discipline, advancing as one in Avalonian fighting form 4. Crystal spears struck with flawless precision, ancient shields locked together, meteor-forged blades flashed through the air. War pigs fell by the dozens beneath their relentless advance. The tide began to turn. Then the stone ogres charged. Without hesitation, the order adapted, ranks dissolved and reformed with astonishing speed.
Form 6!
The command rippled through the line. The monks flowed into their new formation as though sharing a single mind. Long spears pinned the giants. Crystal slings shattered the glowing crystals within their chests. Heavy war hammers crashed into legs of living stone while swords struck the exposed fractures. Disciplined, relentless, unbreakable. The Avalonian order fought as one. Even the stone ogres began to fall. Across the meadow, Inferno unleashed another wave of darkness. The Eternal Ember answered. She extended both hands. A torrent of pure white fire exploded across the battlefield. Inferno crossed his arms in defense, yet the blast hurled him backwards, carving a deep scar through the earth before finally throwing him from his feet. Without pausing, Soraya turned towards the still open portal to the stone ogre's world. White light gathered around her. The gateway collapsed in upon itself. Silence. No more stone ogres would enter Lumina. Those already upon the battlefield remained. But at last, their numbers would not grow. Soraya walked calmly through the chaos. She knelt beside Cassian. Blood still stained his face. Gently, she brushed it away with her thumb. She held his face in her hands. Then she kissed him. For a long moment. The battlefield seemed to disappear. A thin stream of black smoke drifted from Cassian's ears, before dissolving into the wind. He opened his eyes. The pain was gone. The voice had finally fallen silent. Far beyond Lumina, the hall of pillars continued to crumble. The ocean of living darkness surged ever deeper into the silent gate network. Every passing moment brought it closer. Time was running out. The battle had finally begun to subside. Across the meadows of Lumina, the last of the war pigs were hunted down by the moon guards and the Avalonian order here and there. Isolated stone ogres still raged, forcing small groups of monks to work together with disciplined precision to bring the towering creatures down. For the first time since Inferno's arrival, there was a moment to breathe. The Keeper turned away from the battlefield. His attention fell upon the colossal prime gate. Slowly, almost reverently, he approached it. No one followed, not at first. His fingertips brushed the flawless stone. Unlike every silent gate he had ever known, there were no ancient markings, no symbols, no language, only perfection. The Keeper closed his eyes. I searched for you. His voice was barely more than a whisper. For longer than most stars have burned, Ky-Nair walked quietly to his side. You've never found it? The Keeper smiled faintly. No, I never expected to. He rested both hands against the ancient arch. The Prime Gate answered, not by opening, but with a soft, warm glow that spread silently through the stone. The Keeper stepped back, awe filling his silver eyes. It remembers. Cassian frowned. What is it? The Keeper looked towards Soraya. This was never built as another gate. It was built as the heart of them all. His gaze lingered upon the glowing archway, a place where the gate builders entrusted their greatest knowledge to those worthy of receiving it. He turned fully towards Soraya. It did not choose you. It recognized you. A gentle silence settled over the group. Finally, the Keeper spoke. Tell us, what did the Creator consciousness reveal? Far beyond Lumina, unseen by any living soul, the living darkness continued its relentless advance through the silent gate network. Every passing moment brought it closer. The Eternal Ember looked from one companion to the next. There is no way to repair the prison. Silence followed. The Creator consciousness showed me everything. The Hall of Pillars, the silent gates, the ancient machines. They were never built to destroy the darkness. They were built to contain it. The Keeper lowered his head. So, it is true. Soraya nodded. The prison has already failed. The network is all that remains between creation and the darkness. Cassian looked towards the Prime Gate. Then, what do we do? Soraya's voice was calm. We end the network. Even Ky-Nair was taken aback. The gates? All of them? She nodded once. The singularity above the spyglass world was never intended as a weapon. It is the heart of the ancient machines. It can collapse the entire silent gate network into itself. The Keeper's eyes widened. Of course. Centuries of unanswered questions finally fell into place. The machines were never keeping the darkness imprisoned. They were preparing for the day the prison failed. He slowly looked towards Soraya. If the singularity consumes the network, it will pull the darkness back into infinity with it. Cassian understood immediately. But the gates? They'll all be gone. Forever. Soraya answered softly. A deep tremor rolled beneath their feet. The Prime Gate flickered. The stars above Lumina shimmered unnaturally. The Keeper closed his eyes. It has reached the corridor, almost as though the darkness itself had heard them. The sky above Lumina split apart. A portal of black fire erupted across the heavens. Inferno stepped through. His gaze settled upon the Eternal Ember. I wondered what the Prime Gate would make of you. White fire ignited around Soraya. Inferno smiled. Come, show me. Far beyond the worlds of creation, above the crystal plains of the sky-glass world, the ancient singularity waited. Silent, patient. The final trap was ready. Inferno had crashed heavily across the scarred battlefield, carving a deep trench through the earth before finally coming to rest. For a moment, he did not move. Then, slowly, he lifted his head. Across the battlefield, the Eternal Ember stood before a newly opened portal. Its brilliant white light revealed a destination unlike any other. The spyglass world. Inferno's eyes widened. No, he understood. She wasn't retreating. She was moving towards the singularity. Stop her! His command thundered across Lumina. Nearby, the Stone Ogre King tore another war pig apart before hurling the remains aside. Inferno walked calmly towards the towering beast. The ogre roared and raised a colossal fist. Inferno simply placed out his hand. Darkness flowed from his fingertips like black fire, spreading across the creature's crystal heart. The Ogre King struggled. It roared in defiance. Its massive body trembled as though fighting an invisible force. Then, its resistance faded. Its blazing eyes darkened. Its head slowly lowered. Inferno had bent the creature's will. Without a word, he climbed onto its shoulders. The giant rose to its full height. With an earth-shaking roar, it charged. Moon guards scattered before it. War pigs fled from its crushing footsteps. Nothing stood in its path, nothing. Except one man. The Keeper calmly walked forward. He planted his liquid metal bow staff into the earth. For a brief moment, he removed his traveling cloak. Carefully folding it, he placed it beside the staff. Ky-Nair watched in silence. The Keeper smiled faintly. It's been a long time. He lifted the bow staff once more. The liquid metal flowed effortlessly through his fingers before settling into perfect balance. Since I truly needed this. He lowered himself into a fighting stance. The charging stone ogre shook the ground with every thunderous step. Inferno stood upon its shoulders, his eyes fixed only upon the Eternal Ember. The Keeper stood alone, waiting between Inferno and creation itself. Beyond the worlds of the living, the darkness continued its relentless advance. It no longer flowed. It consumed. The ancient corridor of the Silent Gate network shook beneath its impossible weight as the living tide surged onwards. Silent gates, untouched since the dawn of creation, splintered and collapsed as the darkness crashed through them. One after another, gate after gate. The network itself began to die. The great machines of the gate builders screamed beneath the strain, their ancient antimatter hearts flickering as countless ages of silent duty finally came to an end. Nothing remained untouched. Nothing remained unbroken. The Hall of Pillars lay in ruins. The sky glass world was scarred beyond recognition. And still, the darkness came, ever closer, ever stronger. Its destination was no longer the corridor. It was the Black Gate on the world of Vaya. There, amid the scared landscape and the towering shadow of the ancient gate, a lone figure waited. Ky-Nair. The sword of the fallen star rested quietly in his hands as the cold winds swept across the broken plains. He looked towards the Black Gate, towards the impossible tide racing through the dying network. He had left the battle on Lumina for one reason alone: to stand where the end of all things would begin, and to buy the Eternal Ember the time she needed, no matter the cost. The King Ogre thundered across the plains of Lumina, each footfall shaking the earth beneath it. Inferno stood high upon its shoulders, his gaze fixed upon the brilliant portal leading to the sky glass world. The Eternal Ember remained unmoving. One hand held the portal open. The other rested gently upon Cassian's shoulder. White light flowed steadily between them. Cassian looked at her. She simply nodded. I know. Ahead of them, the Keeper smiled. Then he ran. The King Ogre swung a colossal arm. The Keeper planted his bow staff into the ground, vaulting impossibly high above the crushing blow. He landed upon the giant's forearm, then its shoulder. Without breaking stride, he sprinted up the creature's back as though climbing a mountain. Inferno turned just as the Keeper reached him. Their eyes met for a single heartbeat. The Keeper struck. A perfectly timed spinning kick crashed into Inferno's chest. The Dark Chosen was hurled from the ogre's shoulders, tumbling violently across the battlefield. The Keeper continued his momentum, launching clear as the enraged giant stumbled forward. Now! He shouted! Cassian thrust out his free hand. A golden portal exploded into existence directly before the charging King Ogre. The colossal beast charged straight through it. In the same instant, Cassian snapped his fingers. The portal vanished. The King Ogre disappeared with it. Silence. Then, a deafening crash echoed from somewhere far beyond Lumina. Cassian staggered, breathing heavily. No pain, no voice, only relief. Soraya smiled. It worked. Without releasing Cassian's shoulder, she turned back towards the shimmering portal leading to the sky glass world. Beyond it, the ancient singularity waited. The final act had begun. The Eternal Ember stood perfectly still. One hand remained upon Cassian's shoulder. The other reached towards the heavens. Her eyes burned with brilliant white fire. She was no longer searching the worlds. She could see them. Every gate, every portal, every thread woven through creation. Far beyond Lumina. Above the shattered sky glass world, the ancient singularity hung in silent darkness, patient, waiting. Soraya slowly opened her hand. A portal appeared, not upon the ground, not before her, but around the singularity itself. The impossible black sphere became encircled by brilliant white light. Across the battlefield, Inferno saw it, his face drained of color. No. Fear entered his voice. The singularity moved, slowly at first, drawn by the portal, then faster. The black sun drifted away from its eternal resting place, crossing the crystal skies of the sky glass world. Below it, the ocean of living darkness poured relentlessly through the collapsing hall of pillars, smashing ancient machines, tearing apart the corridor, and consuming everything in its path. It never slowed. It never looked up. It believed victory was already its own. The Eternal Ember whispered softly, "Just a little further." The Keeper understood. So that's the plan. His silver eyes widened. "Everyone, hold the line!" The Moon Guards answered with a defiant roar. The Avalonian Order tightened its formations around the Eternal Ember. Ky-Nair stood firm before the Black Gate on the scarred world of fire, watching the living tide race towards him through the dying network. He lowered the sword of the fallen star. There you are. Behind him, the Black Gate groaned beneath impossible strain. Above the sky glass world, the singularity drifted into position. Perfectly. Silently. Directly before the advancing darkness. For a heartbeat. Nothing happened. Then, the living tide struck. The universe seemed to stop. The singularity awakened. Space folded inward. Light bent. The hall of pillars shuddered violently as the first waves of darkness were dragged screaming towards the infinite. infinite void. The ancient machines flared brighter than 1,000 suns. Then, one by one, they detonated. A chain reaction raced across the silent gate network. Every gate, every corridor, every ancient machine. Everything began collapsing into infinity. The trap had closed. The end of the silent gates had begun. The darkness fought. Its endless ocean writhed against the impossible pull of the singularity. Its countless tendrils twisting and lashing through the dying network. One vast limb burst through the fractured black gate on fire. For a single terrible moment, it reached into creation. Ky-Nair stood motionless before it. The living shadow stretched towards him, then stopped. The singularity tightened its grip. The darkness recoiled in agony. Its deafening roar echoed through every remaining corridor of the silent gate network as the endless tide was dragged backwards against its will. The impossible retreat had begun. Across the collapsing network, reality folded in upon itself. Implosions erupted without end. Ancient machines reached critical failure, their antimatter hearts igniting in blinding chains of destruction that rippled through the corridors like the heartbeat of a dying universe. The pressure became unimaginable. Space itself collapsed. The hall of pillars vanished. The sky glass world folded into the abyss. Silent gates imploded one after another, crushing the darkness from every direction as the ancient network collapsed around it. The living ocean fought desperately to escape. There was nowhere left to flee. Every path closed, every refuge disappeared. The singularity consumed it all. The endless shadow compressed from an ocean to a storm, from a storm to a single writhing mass. Smaller still, until all that remained was a tiny point of impossible blackness suspended within the light for one final heartbeat. It existed. It became a single point of brilliant white and vanished forever. The darkness, older than the gate builders, older than the worlds, older than memory itself, was no more. Silence spread across the battlefield. The pressure that had weighed upon creation for countless ages was gone. Inferno felt it instantly. The darkness had fallen silent. For the first time in his existence, he was alone. His eyes lifted towards the heavens as the last remnants of the silent gate network collapsed into infinity. No. His voice was barely a whisper. No! Darkness erupted around him in one final furious storm. He turned towards the Eternal Ember. You've destroyed everything! With a deafening roar, Inferno hurled himself across the battlefield. The Eternal Ember met him without fear. White fire and living shadow collided one last time. The shockwave rolled across Lumina. The keeper stepped forward first, his liquid metal bow staff flowing like living silver as he met Inferno's assault with impossible precision. Cassian joined him, now completely free of the voice, fighting with renewed strength and purpose. Far away upon the scarred world of fire, Ky-Nair watched the final fragments of the Silent Gate network disappear into infinity. The Black Gate was gone. The prison had ceased to exist. He looked once towards the empty sky, then stepped into the portal to Lumina. As he stepped through, the final battle was already underway. Without hesitation, he drew the sword of the fallen star and charged into the fight beside his companions. For the first time, the four heroes stood together. Inferno fought like a being with nothing left to lose. Every strike carried centuries of fury. Every blow shook the earth, yet slowly. The balance shifted. Light overwhelmed darkness. Discipline overcame rage. Hope conquered despair. The Eternal Ember stepped forward. Her white fire burned brighter than ever before. She raised a single hand. Inferno. It ends here. A pillar of radiant light engulfed the fallen chosen. Inferno cried out as the brilliance drove him backwards. He staggered to one knee, his strength spent. Around him, the last fragments of the Silent Gate network disappeared forever. He looked towards the empty heavens, then back towards the four who stood before him. A bitter smile crossed his face. This is not the end. With the last of his remaining strength, Inferno tore open a solitary portal. He stepped backwards into its darkness. The gateway collapsed behind him. He was gone. The battlefield fell silent once more. The last servant of the darkness had escaped. But his master had fallen forever. Silence For the first time in countless ages, creation was quiet. The roar of battle had faded. The living darkness was no more. The ancient Silent Gate network had passed into history. A gentle breeze swept across the peaceful meadows of Lumina. The moon guards slowly lowered their weapons. The Avalonian order stood in silent reflection. The stone ogres were gone. The war pigs had fallen. The war was finally over. The keeper walked alone to the place where the Prime Gate had once stood. There was nothing. Only untouched grass gently moving in the wind. He knelt quietly, placing a hand upon the earth. A faint smile crossed his face. His journey, which had begun before kingdoms had risen, and before countless stars had completed their first journey across the heavens, had finally come to an end. Nearby, Ky-Nair slowly returned the sword of the fallen star to its scabbard. The Geshe Roshi met his gaze. No words were needed. Only a quiet nod between old friends who understood the price that had been paid. Cassian stood in silence, waiting, listening. Nothing. No whisper, no voice, no darkness. For the first time in longer than he could remember, his thoughts were his own. A smile found him. Across the meadow, Soraya looked towards the stars. The worlds were no longer connected by ancient gates, yet they no longer felt distant. She slowly raised her hand. A small white portal appeared before her. Gentle, effortless. It shimmered for only a moment before quietly fading away once more. The keeper stepped beside her. Together, they looked out across creation. After a long silence, he spoke. The builders dreamed of connecting worlds. His eyes remained fixed upon the endless stars. You taught them how. The Eternal Ember smiled, far beyond the reach of memory. The Hall of Pillars had fallen. The sky glass world had become legend. The Silent Gates had fulfilled their purpose. The darkness had passed into nothingness. And although the ancient pathways between worlds were gone forever, hope remained. One light, one guardian, one bridge between worlds. The last ember had fulfilled her destiny. She had become the Eternal Ember. A new dawn broke. Far from Lumina. Far from the worlds that had witnessed the fall of the silent gates. Life continued. On the bustling docks of an ancient spaceport, merchants shouted, cargo was loaded, and silver-hulled vessels prepared to depart for distant stars. One ship slowly slipped from its berth. Its weathered hull bore the scars of countless voyages. Without a word, Inferno walked up the gangway. No armies, no darkness, no throne. Only a wanderer seeking passage. The captain gave a curt nod. The great engines rumbled to life. Moments later, the silver pirate ship eased away from the dock before vanishing into the brilliance of hyperspace. Silence returned. Then, a small white portal shimmered quietly upon the dock. It grew. 4 figures stepped through. The first approached the dock controller. "Excuse me, where is that ship bound?" The old dockmaster glanced towards the empty sky. "I'd wager she'll be taking the shipping lanes." Then, on to Fort Gillian. The second traveler slowly lifted his head from beneath the broad brim of his straw hat. A faint smile crossed his face. "We'll take 4 tickets to Fort Gillian." He looked towards his companions. "If there's still room." The dockmaster chuckled. "For 4 travelers." He gestured towards another waiting vessel. I believe I can arrange that." Together, the 4 friends walked towards the stars. Their greatest journey had ended. Perhaps another had just begun.